All right. Yes. This is the motherfucking I Am Rapaport podcast. The I Am Rapaport stereo podcast coming live from the Gloom Tomb. All right. Search the I Am Rapaport podcast and tune in radio for the latest episodes on demand, an exclusive tune-in 24/7 stream that plays all of the classic I Am Rapaport podcast all day, every day. This is the world's only non-fact-checking podcast. We're talking life, we're talking music, we're talking sports, we're talking movies, we're talking everything in between. We're talking sick fucks of the week, and it's exclusively on the I Am Rapaport stereo podcast on TuneIn Radio. All right, this is a monumental episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast. And you might be saying, why? What's so monumental? It is the 110th episode. Well, what's so monumental about that, Michael? What's so great about 110? Like I could understand a 100th episode being monumental, or the 200th episode, or the 500th episode. What's so great about 110? Well, what's so great about 110 is that we get to pay homage to one of the greatest songs probably made in the last, it should be on a top 100 list of all songs ever made. And then we get to pay tribute a little bit even closer to Bobby Womack. So this episode is called the Across 110th Street episode, and it's dedicated to the late, great Bobby Womack, who, of course, wrote the song Across 110th Street that was made for the movie Across 110th Street, starring Yaphet Kotto. And Across 110th Street, starring Anthony Quinn, the great Anthony Quinn, a New York crime film, would be called from the blaxploitation era, directed by Barry Shear. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. It shows New York in a time that doesn't exist anymore. The scenery of New York City during 1973 or 74 when this movie was released, I think it was 1973, is fantastic alone. It's a good movie. And Quentin Tarantino, of course, used Across 110th Street during the opening credits of Jackie Brown, when Jackie Brown was walking through the airport, or I think she was on like one of those, walking escalators. It gave dope a credit sequence during the movie Jackie Brown by, of course, Quentin Tarantino, who was, of course, inspired by the film 110th Street because he was inspired by that whole era of blaxploitation films. I don't know where that came from, blaxploitation, but that's what it is. It is what it is. I guess that's not bad. Anthony Quinn and Yaphet Kotto, two of the great sort of underappreciated character actors of their time. And the song by Bobby Womack, Across 110th Street, hookers trying da-da-da-da-dee. Ooh, baby, across 110th Street. Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I don't know all the lyrics, but I fuck with Bobby Womack so hard. And if you don't know Bobby Womack's music, I strongly suggest go on YouTube, listen to Bobby Womack. His music is so emotional, so soulful, so bluesy. He had a crazy life from Cleveland, and I never got to meet him. He'll go down as one person that I never got to meet. He passed away about a year and a half ago. His last album was fantastic. Also, I love Bobby Womack. So this episode, Across 110th Street, the 110th episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast, is dedicated to Bobby Womack. And Across 110th Street, pimps trying to catch a woman that's weak. Across 110th Street, pushers won't let that junkie go free. Across 110th Street, woman trying to catch a trick on the street. Across 110th Street, you can find it all in the street. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we're going to get into it right now. All right, so this is the 110th episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we're going to do things eclectically through this episode. I'm going to rock and roll solo in the Gloom Tomb. I'm going to call G Moody, who's also a big 110th Street, across 110th Street fan and a Bobby Womack fan. And he's also the co-host of this podcast. If you've never listened to the I Am Rapaport podcast, I don't know where the fuck you've been, but we welcome all new listeners. I'll give you a little explanation and a breakdown of what we do. We do not fact check anything. We do not fact check. At times we do stat check, but we don't fact check anything. We're doing this episode raw dog without a bag. It's coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb. What else do we do here? Shit, there's so many things that we do here. We're going to be giving away some soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts because second generation soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts are now in. I know. Take that in, swallow that, marinate on that, but we have second generation soft ass t-shirts. So we had the first generation of soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts. Then we still have many American Giant sponsored soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts. And now we have second generation original soft ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts. The reality of it is that we have many t-shirts. And those of you who supported the G Moody, aka the Black Ed McMahon's GoFundMe, if you haven't received your products, you will be getting them soon, like ASAP. You might already got them. For those of you who paid for ILOing, to be ILO'd, to ILO your boss at work or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your father or your mother, I'll be doing that next week. My voice is back to 110%. Ha! Holy shit. That was just off the cuff. Wow. Fuck. My voice is back to 110%. I was struggling with a I don't know what kind of fucking infection or Jewish ailment I had, but I had something. So I couldn't do the ILOs because I would have probably wound up, blowing a gasket more than I normally do when I do ILOs, when I ILO somebody. And then the people who paid for meals with me and G Moody, oxtail meals, we'll be getting that going either at the end of the year or the top of the year. G Moody will be giving an update on the Gloom Tomb, the Bronx Gloom Tomb. If you've never listened to the I Am Rapaport podcast, my partner, G Moody, Gerald Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, he did a GoFundMe to build his crib, help rebuild his crib in the Bronx. And we were generously financed on a GoFundMe that exceeded our expectations immediately by the Rapaport, a.k.a. the Moody Mob. So I'm going to jump right into this shit. I'm going to do this solo. And we're going to go right into a sick fuck of the week. I found this very disturbing. And a sick fuck award is something that is earned, not given. Some weeks we don't do a sick fuck of the week because no one's really earned it. And just to give you a little background on the Sick Fuck of the Week award, you can't just be a straight up sick fuck to get the Sick Fuck of the Week award. You follow? Like your normal everyday scumbag, creep, rapist, or just general piece of shit will not be anointed the Sick Fuck award. The Sick Fuck award goes to someone who does something extra special in terms of just being a real piece of shit. So I read about this guy, and at first I didn't think about it, and it stuck with me, and I was like, this is a sick fuck, and then I was like, boom, he's a sick fuck. And I'm going to give his full name. His name is Eric Kane, and this dumb fuck, who's also a sick fuck, his name is spelled E-U-R-I-C. So obviously, he's a dumbass because he spells his name E-U-R-I-C. Eric Kane was charged a couple of days ago in a rape and carjacking the day after shooting at Tulane University, a shooting at Tulane University. And then you think, well, how does this guy get a sick fuck of the week award? This piece of shit, Eric Cain, EURICCAIN, is accused, allegedly, of raping and carjacking a couple at gunpoint. And after he raped the woman in front of the boyfriend, this piece of shit made the girl's boyfriend perform oral sex on him. I know, you got to stomach that. So this fucking nasty fucking carjacking piece of shit raped a woman and then forced the man to perform oral sex on him. And he has something to look forward to, because in jail, as far as I know, I don't know if many of you know this, but I did 9 years of hard time. That's just a joke. But you know, we all know the myths. Hopefully it's true that rapists are shunned upon and looked down upon in jail. So this piece of shit is not only a rapist, so he's going to get what he deserves if he's actually convicted. Hopefully, if he actually did this, but not only is he a rapist, he's a sick fuck who likes to have guys suck him off. So when you go to jail, Eric Cain, for the rest of your life, or at least like 30 to 40 years, you're in for double trouble. Okay, because you're a rapist who's also, I don't mean any disrespect, but a homo thug. We call this a homo thug. And I hope no one takes the term homo thug out of context or as disrespect. But you, Eric Cain, are anointed the sick fuck of the week. And I hope you get everything that you want out of life that you're going to be facing in prison for the next 30, hopefully 40 years. I don't know why you would even consider letting a piece of shit like this out, who would rape a woman, carjack them at gunpoint, and then after you rape the woman, make the man perform oral sex on you. You nasty fucking animal. You nasty fuck. And not only that, he had a 17-year-old girlfriend. He's 21 with a 17-year-old girlfriend. So I think you know, you could do the math that this guy's a real scumbag and a real piece of shit. And congratulations, Eric Cain. You've been you're this week's winner, the 110th episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast winner of the sick fuck of the week. So and if you're listening to the music, that's what we call the sick fuck of the week theme music. We do that here at the I Am Rapaport podcast. All beats and music are made by G Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, who I'm going to get on the phone, who's in the Bronx right now, spoofing up and reconstructing and not even reconstructing. The fucking thing was never there. He's building his home and the Bronx Gloom Tomb that hopefully will be ready to go. And we are going to have a Bronx Gloom Tomb party for all the people in the New York area going into 2016. You know what else is going to happen in 2016? We're going to stop the fucking mad shaming. I'm going to keep pushing this. If you're mad, be mad. If you're glad, be glad. But I'm sick and tired of being mad shamed. You mad, bro? You motherfucking ain't right, I'm mad. Fuck you. You want to make me feel bad about feeling mad? What should I be? What about we start shaming everybody, the happy-go-lucky assholes? What the fuck are you so happy about, asshole? You what are you skipping to your loop for? Huh? Twinkle toes? So, you know, you want to be happy, you want to be happy. I want to be a miserable mad fuck 2 or 3 times during the day. So be it. I shouldn't be judged for that. See, I Am Rapaport podcast coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb in Los Angeles, California. We're doing it big. And one of the things I wanted to talk about is, you know, technology. I've mentioned this before. I have ulcerative colitis. I don't know what that has to do with now, but when I go to the bathroom. But my ulcerative colitis is under wraps. Thank God, knock on wood. But, you know, sometimes you got to take a piss. Sometimes I'll do it. I've been known to take shits in public bathrooms, in public places. I don't know if I've went into my full history, during my ulcerative colitis flare-ups of some of the places. But trust me, I have stories, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not bragging. You might be like, you're a nasty fuck. Yeah, I am a nasty fuck. Okay, if I have to shit, I'm going to do it where it needs to be done. So what I'm saying is that, yes, during a flare-up of having ulcerative colitis, and I don't mean to take this lightly because this is a serious disease, and fortunately, like again, it is in remission. But yes, I've walked around New York City and the Los Angeles area. I've had to pull my car over in alleyways. If you've ever been to Runyon Canyon and you've seen me up there, make eye contact with me, knowing that probably not often, but just know at some point I have shat at Runyon Canyon. And I'm not talking about my dog. Yes, I admit that. Okay? And I don't pick up my dog's shit, and I'm certainly not going to pick up my own shit. And you're like, how could you do that? I have my ways, okay? I've suffered with this disease for years. Now, how the fuck did I get on this subject? Oh, I got on this subject because public bathrooms with all this auto flush, auto rinse, I don't like it. I want to be able to flush the toilet when I flush the toilet. I don't want to sit down on the toilet when the toilet it's going to just flush randomly, or when I want it to flush, it doesn't flush. Because I have spent a lot of time in public bathrooms. I respect them. I like to leave them clean and treat them, as if someone else comes in there with urgency. Urgency is a big word in the ulcerative colitis zeitgeist. Zeitgeist? My producer, Jordan Winters, in here. Jordan, the word, is it zeitgeist or zeitgeist? Zeitgeist. I'm asking this fucking guy. He's not fact checking shit either. I don't know what it is, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about. The zeitgeist? Z-I-T? No. I don't fucking know. We don't fact check. That's what the point is. Okay, there it is right there. We don't fact check anything. But the point that the subject matter that I'm talking about is the auto flush, auto hand wash. First of all, I wash my hands before I go to the bathroom because I feel like my dick deserves that. A lot of people just wash their hands afterwards. Before I use the bathroom, before I touch myself, I like to clean myself. See, now you might be thinking, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, well, you want to touch your precious loaf with dirty hands? No. So when I first walk into the bathroom, I wash my hands because then I'm going to take out the crown jewels. I want my hands to be clean. I want the loaf to be clean. Clean hands, clean loaf. Then, if I need to go to the bathroom, when I sit down on the bowl, on the can, I want to be able to flush it when I want to be able to flush it, and I don't want it flushing when I don't want it to flush. So when these auto flush toilets, which I thought were fantastic, don't work, you don't know what's going on. It's flushing, and there's nothing worse than a toilet flushing when you're sitting on it and you're not prepared for it. Because it's shocking. You're getting sprinkled with the ham and eggs that are in the toilet, and it's just surprising. And then when you stand up and if you expect the bowl to be flushing and it's not flushing, then you got to kick it and you got to touch it, and it's just a whole mess. And then when you go to wash your hands, these auto wash things, they don't wash, they don't work. I thought this was great for technology. It's saving water, but sometimes these things just don't work. So you're not getting able to flush the bowl when you want to flush the bowl, and you can't wash your hands when you're washing your hands. So I want to boycott these fucking auto flush toilets and these auto wash hand washing things in public bathrooms. Okay, or reconfigure them, fix them up or something like that. Because the little sensor things, they're busted, or there should be some manufacturer money back guarantee on these puppies. All right, the I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Great Sneakers. Great Sneakers is the first sneaker brand directly made from Brooklyn, New York. Greats is a direct-to-consumer sneaker brand that is redefining the sneaker business. They eliminate the middleman and save the customer money by selling to you at greats.com. Comfortable, stylish, high-key, low-key, Fancy, not fancy, all different colors, all the different designs. Go to greats.com, save 20% when using the promo code RAP. That's RAP at greats.com. Guys like Marshawn Lynch and Kevin Durant also endorse great sneakers. Marshawn Lynch just came out with the Beast Mode Part 2. I like that fucking sneaker. It's all black, everything. Go to greats.com and save 20% by using the promo code RAP. Great sneakers. It's a great product. Yo, and women, guys, if you want to buy your friend, your brother, your boyfriend, some good product, some good sneakers, fair price, great quality, go to greats.com and check this out. It's a good holiday gift idea. All right, so Donald Trump, we have talked about him on the I Am Rapaport podcast, and we gave him a slogan. The slogan that we gave you, Donald Trump, is I hate the blacks, I hate the Mexicans, and I really don't like those hook-nosed Jews, and neither do you. Vote for Donald Trump in 2016. I mean, you want to say it, Trump. Get the fucking posters, get the stickers, get the commercials, and make that your fucking slogan, because we could feel it. We see it. And at one point, I was like totally anti-Donald Trump, and then I was like, you know what? I kind of like D-Trump. I kind of like his thuggery. I call him D-Trump. He deserves that kind of name, like a criminal. You know, like an alias, D-Trump. You know who's D-Trump? You know that motherfucker, that big, bloated motherfucker? I don't know who you're talking about. You know D-Trump, the bloated motherfucker with the fucked up hair. Who? You know that motherfucking overweight motherfucker. Looks like he needs to go on like a 7-day juice cleanse. Oh yeah, D-Trump. Oh yeah, he's no joke. I don't fuck with him. D-Trump. This whole Muslim thing that you say now that you're backing out of, I don't consider myself the most articulate person in the business. What business? I don't know what business I'm talking about, but in the world. But I feel like I'm more articulate than D. Trump, because when I saw him sit down with one of the corniest burger motherfuckers ever, that dude Don Lemon on CNN, holy shit. If there could be a corny dude of the year award, I don't feel like that's something that I really want to create just yet. But Don Lemon on CNN, I mean, fuck, man. Like, get a little bass in your voice. Like, do something. Like, get a better haircut or, like, grow some facial hair. You look scared to death. So he was interviewing him, and he was backtracking about the comments about the Muslims, and basically everyone knows this. I'm not breaking news. He said we should ban all Muslims, and then he's saying we shouldn't ban all Muslims, and obviously something needs to be done about the terrorists that are coming into the country. And then Trump, but the thing that I'm bringing up is Trump said, "Where are the great Muslim athletes?" Because they were, and he was saying, the Muslim athletes, who are they? What have they ever done? And the term Muslim, well, I learned about that. I was born in 1970. I'm 45. I look like I'm 29. That's just a fact. Okay, I'm 45. I look like I'm 29. But I was born in 1970. And the term Muslim and the phrase Muslim and the word Muslim, I learned about it from loving Muhammad Ali. The fact that Donald Trump could somehow ask that question, who are the great Muslim athletes? Who are the Muslim athletes that people know? And it just shows how fucking dumb and how blind he is, and how much he talks straight up out of his ass. The great Muhammad Ali is probably the most famous Muslim in the world. And the fact that Trump could go saying something like that and be running for political office is crazy to me. It's crazy to me that this dude can continue to shit blatantly on everybody and then continue to move forward and backtrack and backpedal on what he says. D. Trump, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Akeem Olajuwon. Right there's three off the dome piece. But Muhammad Ali is probably the most famous Muslim in the world, and he always will be. And he's probably the one who sort of brought that religion and that culture to, I use the word again, the zeitgeist. Is it the zeitgeist? Can you fucking, Jordan? Jordan's my producer. He doesn't know what the fuck zeitgeist is either. Is it zeitgeist? Zeitist?
I believe
Okay. I'm not gonna fucking believe a word he's saying, but how can he still be in contention? D. Trump, and when are we gonna get him? Since you're so rich, why don't you get a personalized, your personal facialist? Because your grill, your face, it looks like it just looks oil based. Again, I feel like he needs an astringent and a deep cleansing. His shit looks like it's just dirty and grimy. Like he just looks like blackhead and whitehead infected. And I'm saying, what do you look at? I just noticed that. I noticed bad skin. I know if I have bad skin, and I noticed that more so with men. I don't know why. I noticed men's bad skin. No Bruno. And, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wrote a great piece the other day talking about Trump articulating the things that he can articulate that I don't have the capability of. And speaking of all this craziness that's going on with these terrorists and the ISIS and the this ones and then that one, I was thinking, there's all this stuff with the Quran and these religious reasons why these terrorists, these religious excuses that they're giving about why they're doing what they're doing. And again, I don't fact check. I didn't speak to my father. I could have spoke to my father. He could have given me some parameters on this. But why is this just happening now? Was there some sort of rewrite or update or a new edition, like a 7th edition of these religious beliefs that these terrorists are making excuses to just go fucking crazy and to cause havoc and to ruin lives and to kill people? Well, why wasn't this happening in 1910? If these religious beliefs have been around for thousands of years, why weren't you doing all this crazy shit in 1817? Why? I don't understand it. Why all of a sudden? Why is it all of a sudden that these religious beliefs, these so-called religious beliefs, what happened? Did a new edition, did the softback edition come out of these so-called books that you're reading and have some new stuff? Or is it newfound material? Where is this coming from? Because I just don't understand it. And then again, with the guns and the Second Amendment, it's like technology is changing, architecture is changing, language is changing. I believe the term jiggy is in the dictionary. Webster's dictionary changes, it adds words. iPhones get updated, computers get updated, sneaker technology, T-shirt technology, everything gets updated except the Second Amendment. That's the only fucking thing that doesn't need improvement. Everything else needs improvement. I need a smaller phone, a bigger phone, a faster car. My house needs to be remodeled. I need a haircut. I need a facial. I need to, do this, do that, but not the Second Amendment. Why is that the only fucking thing in the world, in the United States, that isn't improved upon? I don't get it. Obviously, something needs to be done, but we can't touch the Constitution that was written fucking hundreds and hundreds of years ago, because that's the most precious piece of writing that doesn't need improvement. Right? I don't get that. I need to get my father in here. My father gets gun shy, camera shy, or microphone shy. He could break this shit down. My father's smart. Call him Disco Dave Rapaport. You know what else I'm talking about? Holiday gifts for men. Okay? And a great holiday gift for men would be getting them some underwear or a package of underwear. Okay? And you know where you can do that? At Mack Weldon. I'm wearing Mack Weldon underwear right now. Mack Weldon is a New York City-based company that lives and breathes New York. They make the best underwear, best t-shirts, best socks at Mack Weldon. Soft and comfortable, light materials and fabrics that don't stink. When you wash them, they don't stink. You can shop online or on your mobile phone and check out in less than a minute. Go to MackWeldon.com. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, for 20% off your Mack Weldon underwear, socks, and t-shirts. And trust me, women, any guy that is in your life, your cousin, your brother, fucking creepy uncle, he would love a Mack Weldon holiday gift pack. All right? If you want socks with personality, they have them. If you want socks without personality, they have them. Go to MackWeldon.com. Go use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT. Get 20% off. All right, so one of the great things that I love about doing this podcast is that if I don't know what the fuck to talk about, I go to my Truey app, Trueey, and some people have went to the Truey app, and there's a lot of controversy, a lot. Everybody's in an uproar. Does Michael Rapaport own the Truey app? No. Does Michael Rapaport have stake, or financial interest in the Truey app? The answer is fuck no. I just like it. And as far as podcasting or conversation making or picking up girls or picking up guys, whatever you're into, the Truey app is good because the thing that it does is that it poses a question and then the people answer yes or no. And as a conversation piece, it's great. So, like, for instance, on the Truey app, I go to it right now, Trueey, it says, I would go to a movie by myself. And my answer is yes, okay? And 81% of the people said yes, and 19% of the people said no because they're insecure about going to the movies by themselves, and I can understand that. The next question that I see right here on the Truey app is, do you believe in ghosts? Me, I say fuck no, okay? 43% of the people agree with me. 57% of the people on the Truey app, they do believe in ghosts. But you could take that Scooby-Doo shit and run with it and go where you want. I don't believe in ghosts, all right? And next question. Thick crust or thin crust when you order pizza? I don't give a fuck, to be honest with you. I like good pizza. Some of the people said 51%, half and half. Some people don't give a shit. Woman with natural body parts or woman with fake breasts? And I say natural. 90% of the people agree, 10% of the people disagree. I listen to podcasts, of course. I listen to podcasts. 81% of the people agree, 19% of the people disagree. I've sold drugs. Now we're getting into some real stuff here. 43% of the people say yes, 57% of the people say no. I plead the fifth on this, okay? I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to jail. My parole officer, he's a fan of the Iron Rapaport podcast. He's got eyes on me. Finally, milkshakes or a smoothie? Well, now that's the tricky question because 63% of the people say yes, a milkshake. I would prefer to eat a milkshake as many times as I eat a smoothie, but I don't because otherwise I wind up being a fat animal. 37% of the people say they prefer a smoothie. See, this is what I like about the Truey app. Number one, conversation starter. Number two, makes you ponder and think about yourself. And I love it for the Iron Rapaport podcast. We used it. I try to stay off my phone as much as I can, although I'm heavily addicted to it. But that's the thing that I dig about this app. I want to give a special congratulations shout out to Sylvester Stallone. Fucking Sylvester Stallone nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Creed. Which to me is almost as impressive as him originally writing Rocky and all the success. Who would have thought, essentially, Rocky 7, he would have gotten a Golden Globe nomination for Creed. It's basically Rocky 7, and I'm not saying that in any demeaning, disrespectful way. Sylvester Stallone got a Best Supporting Act. I hope he fucking wins. I have no stake in Creed. It gets 2 gloves up or 5 fists up. I loved it, and I'm gonna definitely see it again. I loved seeing it. I was cynical. Michael B. Jordan, another great performance. Excellent in Fruitville Station and excellent in Creed, aka Rocky 7. He could have easily been nominated, but Stallone fucking did it, man. And the nominations for all the films and all the shit have come out, but to me, the biggest story of the Oscar Golden Globe season is Sylvester Stallone getting nominated. Because who would have thought, after doing 7 of these movies, that this one would resonate with people almost as much as the first one? It's like Rocky. It's like the Rocky of Rocky movies. Creed. So I'm really excited about that, and proud that I'm a fan of the movie, and proud that that it just means so much to me. I mean, I can't say enough about those movies, and I just, if you haven't seen it yet, go to see Creed. I think you could take kids to it. There's a couple of shits and curses in there, but you know what? Let me tell you something. You people, you need to know that your kids, if they already have phones, they can go see whatever they want. Take them to go see whatever the fuck they want, because if they have phones, tablets, laptops, they're seeing it already. And you think little Dexter or Jimmy or whatever the fuck your son's name isn't seeing shit? He's seeing shit. If you got him a phone, you might as well take him to go see The Shining, go see whatever he wants to go say. Oh, no violence, little Jimmy, you're too young. Trust me, if he's playing fucking video games or GTA, he knows what the fuck is going on out there. So Sylvester Stallone, I'm happy for you. I hope he wins the Golden Globe, and I hope he wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in Creed. It'd be crazy. I would be so excited for him to win that. And what a great career, what a crazy life, and what an iconic, movie that he created. He created and wrote Rocky. And here we are 94 years later in Rocky 7, he got nominated. All right. I was asked this question. I'm trying to incorporate the fans into the I Am Rapaport podcast as much as you guys want to be. Some of your questions will get answered. Some of them won't. But keep throwing it at me, and most likely I'll answer them. So my man on Instagram, his name is Johnny Wignall, JohnnyWignall, Wignall, not Wig Piece, Wignall. Speaking of wig pieces, Johnny Wignall, Jeremy Lin, I don't know what the fuck's going on with your hair, but it's time to make a change, okay? And you gotta fucking cut that shit. I was down with Linsanity. I loved you when you were a Nick. I love you as a player. I'm a fan. I'm a total fan of you, Jeremy Lin, but you started off with the high top spike shit, and now you got the slicked back man bun. Cut your fucking wig. Cut your hair, man. It doesn't look dope. But Johnny Wignall asked a question as part of the GoFundMe campaign. He said, did I intimidate the cast of Friends as a genuine badass New Yorker? And did I maybe slip Chandler a piece of my loaf? Well, Johnny, no, I didn't slip Chandler a piece of my loaf. Maybe you're not interpreting. I appreciate the support and the love. I didn't slip Chandler my loaf. But no, I didn't intimidate the cast of Friends. I knew some of them going into it. And some of them I didn't. But the cast of Friends at that time, when I did the episodes of Friends, which strangely enough, people still talk to me about. That show lives on. But no, I didn't intimidate them. They were all cool. It was a very fun set. I played Phoebe's boyfriend, the cop. I can't remember my character's name, but I was a cop, and I was trying to, make it happen with me and Phoebe. And then, there was a bird chirping outside the window when we woke up after freaking off, and I shot the fucking bird. Okay, and then that was the end of my character because she's pro animal, Phoebe, and I don't know who she wound up with as her love interest on Friends, but it wasn't me. It wasn't my character, the cop. I can't remember the character's name, but it was something the cop. But working on Friends was a very good experience. It was an easy experience, and those guys were very inclusive, supportive. I think that was the first live sitcom I had ever done, so that was a totally new format for me. But to answer your question, Johnny Wignall, I did not intimidate them, and it was a good time. And I absolutely did not slip Chandler my loaf, nor did I even think about slipping Chandler my loaf. But I appreciate the support. G Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, he appreciates the support of his the G Moody Bronx Gloom Tomb GoFundMe. All right, the holiday times are upon us, and I got to tell you, I cannot stand buying gifts. It's a pain in the fucking ass, okay? But I've come up with a list of gifts that that I suggest if I was getting gifts. If I don't accept Christmas gifts either. Well, I do, but I just don't have anybody who I'm accepting them from this year. But I came up with a list of gifts that I would suggest to give to other people, men or women. And one of these things that I love is the J-Lab Bouncer Premium Home Bluetooth Speaker. I love this fucking thing. I have one. And if you're looking to buy somebody a gift, go to Amazon.com and you can get the J-Lab Bouncer Premium Home Bluetooth Speaker. It comes in all different colors. I like the black one. That's just my suggestion. That's my 2 cents. Another thing that I love that I have is a Mophie Juice Air Pack for my iPhone. And everybody knows when you're out and about and your phone runs out of juice, it sucks. Especially if you're walking the streets, you're in your car. A car, usually you don't need it because you got your plug. But when you're out and about, you're doing business, you're doing work, you're climbing a mountain, who the fuck knows where you might be? But the Mophie Juice Air Pack for your iPhone is a great gift. And all these gifts that I suggested, I got great books on. This is just shit that I put up there that I think are great gifts. Great books, blankets, throw blankets. It's not just for the men, it's for the women too. The link for all these gifts that I suggest, it's at the full description at iTunes or playit.com for the holiday season. And again, it's the holiday season. So I say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Kwanzaa to all of you people out there. It's the holiday season, and these are just a couple of my suggestions for gifts going into 2016. You know, it's good to be generous. It's good to be nice. You know, you don't have to, it's not all about you. Give a gift. I like to give more than I like to accept. That's in bed too. But that's a segue that I don't want to get into. All right, the I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses. Casper Mattresses. Both me and G Moody have been sleeping on Casper mattresses for months. Casper is an award-winning sleep startup that launched with outrageously comfortable mattresses sold directly to the consumers. All right, the Casper mattress is singular design, universally comfortable, available in all standard sizes, and backed by a 10-year warranty. Casper mattresses, free 2 to 5 days shipping anywhere in the United States and in Canada. In New York City, you can get your fucking mattress the same day. $50 off the promo code when you punch in Rapaport, R-A-P-A-P-O-R-T. $50 off your first mattress. Okay, go to Casper Mattresses, Casper.com. Check it out. All right, this is the Across 110th Street edition of the I Am Rapaport podcast. And we can't cross 110 episodes if we don't get my main man, G Moody, a.k.a. G Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, on the phone to break down what's really going on. Yo, G Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, G Moody. What's really good? What's going on? This is, congratulations, we are across 110th Street. This is the 110th episode. And of course, we are dedicating this to the great Bobby Womack and Yaphet Kotto and Anthony Quinn from Across 110th Street movie fame. And what's up, G Moody?
Everything is good, man. Just taking it easy, and of course, Bobby Womack and the great Anthony Quinn. So it's all good. 110th episode. Let's roll, yo.
Okay. So how's things in the construction of the GoFundMe? G Moody, fix it or Dixit project going? I just made that up.
Oh, everything is moving rather swiftly. Me and my man James, we're in there every day from 7 to 7, doing it up. So it's looking good. Pictures will be posted in the coming days, and we're doing good, man. All
right. Well, I just want to give you a little tidbit of information on what's going on here at the in the West Coast, LA Gloom Tomb. Me and Jordan, we've been packing and fucking licking and sending fucking T-shirts and posters and DVDs all fucking day. Okay, so I know
Wow.
you're out there lugging shit and you're doing construction work, but I have an aversion to putting my mouth on paper, and we're sending shit to all the people who humbly, generously donated out there. It's on the way to the people, but I'm just saying, I love giving away stuff. I just don't love giving away stuff that I have to pack. The packing part of it is not cool. So, but it's a collective effort at the I Am Rapaport podcast, and it couldn't be a better season to be giving stuff, and because it's the holiday season. It's a happy Hanukkah, by the way, G Moody. A happy Hanukkah to you and to anybody in your world that's celebrating Hanukkah. Happy Christmas and happy Kwanzaa to anybody who's celebrating that. So, G Moody, what the fuck is going on, man?
Nothing, man. I see Sandra Bullock got another one.
Another what? A movie?
Another black baby.
Oh shit!
A little girl now from Louisiana. She raided the coffers in Louisiana to get one of us. So we want to see what's going on with that, man.
Yeah. We've discussed this on here. And why don't you break that down for some of the new listeners of the Iron Rapaport podcast, some of the past point of views on this, and what is it that is like where are we at with this?
I said, what do they have? What problem do they have with adopting white kids? That's my initial thing, because it's only black kids. So what I said, I think those are like little pocketbooks, little accouterments, because it looks so unusual, So she went and got another one, and now they're just giving black kids away, it seems like. And it's like, what's going on?
And you're pro-adoption and you're pro-Sandra Bullock. You just don't understand that when the majority of the celebrities adopt kids. Now, I know for sure, or I would bet my bottom dollar, like Annie, that there are some beautiful, in need, small kids that aren't of color, but you're feeling like it's sort of like a trend, like getting like a pair of shoes or something like this.
Yeah, it's unusual to me, because you have this little girl is black. So what has to happen? You need to know, if you're going to adopt a black kid, you need to know black culture. You need to know how to braid hair.
Right.
You need to know soul food. You need to know all those things. Do you know what black culture is? Not TV. And do you know?
Right. For instance, what would be sort of the litmus test of this?
Well, this little girl has different texture hair. You need to know how to braid that hair. Maybe she wants her hair braided and she looks to mommy, which is you now. So, do you braid it? Do you know the grease? Do you know Afro Sheen? Do you know to get all that shit? Right?
No,
you just don't pick these motherfuckers up.
Right. No, I hear you, G Moody. G Moody, you saw Creed, and we didn't talk about it. How did you? And to get G Moody to go to a movie theater, I was shocked when I texted you, like, yo, I'm in the movie theater right now. What'd you think of Creed? And a shout out to Sylvester Stallone, who just got nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor. What did you think of Creed, Mr. Monetti?
I thought Sylvester, he deserved that Golden Globe. He put it down, and Michael B. Jordan was fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah,
the movie was great. It was well written. It flowed smooth. It was great. I loved it. My daughter loved it. I have nothing bad to say. Good for those guys.
All right, I hear you, G Monetti. All right, so one of the fans requested, because we haven't done this in a little while. One of the fans requested, who did a GoFundMe, and this is an easy request because we love this. Song of the week. Earlier in the show, G Monetti, I gave somebody a sick fuck of the week. But one of the fans suggested we do "Protect Your Neck" by the Wu-Tang Clan for the song of the week. First of all, you know music very, very, very well. You do all the funky fly beats for this podcast, which I'll go on record as saying not only will we bust your ass and ball, but I think we have the best beats in the business.
No doubt, hands down.
Okay, so talk about Wu-Tang's production and talk about that song "Protect Your Neck" by the Wu-Tang Clan specifically, and talk about RZA as a producer, because I feel like, especially on 36 Chambers, you know, because it's a collective, it's sort of like, you know, the Roots with Black Thought. You forget that RZA was the fucking, I mean, his beats throughout his career, but on 36 Chambers, talk about digging in the crates and getting the dusty of the dustiest of the dusty samples. He went crazy with that record. So break that shit down a little bit, Mr. Moody.
RZA's production style, when he came out in 92, was unusual. And when I mean unusual, it was some of the samples were off. Like, the loop wasn't exactly on, like, perfect. And he would make it fit. And those beats actually had to grow on you.
Right.
And as you look back, you realize that it was like sort of like a Thelonious Monk type of like, he's, for me, that's how I viewed him. It's like unusual loops, but he made them work and made them funky. You see, that is the main thing, that they're funky. So for me, with him, all those beats that he did grew on me, and I appreciate them that much more. And if you listen, he had all the popping and the chicken grease in the record, which added substance and texture to the sample.
Now, when you say the chicken grease, I'm sorry, you might need to articulate that in layman's terms.
When you are heating up oil and water splashes on the chicken grease, what do you hear? You hear snap, crackle, pop.
There it is.
That's what he had in the samples, and that adds texture to the sample, which gives it the boom back, the dirty sound. And
that single was hugely popular. Like, that single sold like almost 10 or 11,000 copies. I remember reading about that in like Vibe or Source magazine. Like, the critical success was there, but also like this is when like records, you know, like a single, like you could sell an actual single. And I remember that Method Man, M-E-T-H-O-D, man, was on the B-side of that single. But the thing also about that was like a crew jam. Like, everybody was on that Protect Your Neck shit. And the original, like, 4 members, like, they tore that shit up.
Oh, absolutely. And when you think about it, that song came out in 92, and East Coast was kind of down, because of the West Coast was coming on strong with Snoop and Dre and all that. And when that came out, that brought New York back.
Yeah, that was definitely, you know, like the Wu-Tang is, you know what's crazy about 36 Chambers? That came out the same day as Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy that both those records came out on the same day. Like, to think like 2 of the most influential, monumental records in hip-hop history just happened to be released on some random Tuesday with no fanfare, no internet, none of this, you know, sort of, you know, false, fake, contrived hype. They just put them out, and we're still talking about them. So Song of the Week goes to Protect Your Neck. Everybody knows it. If you don't know it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm surprised you listen to the I Am Rapaport podcast, but we don't single people out. This is not a... an exclusive podcast. You are missing the boat if you have never listened all the way through to Wu-Tang's first record. And you should do that immediately. But I imagine that most of the people have listened to that record and certainly know Protect Your Neck. So
and wait, I want to make one more point.
Break it down, Moody.
If you listen to those 2 albums, it's all boom bap. It's a different type of music, and no wonder it's around the world, it's celebrated, because that's the sound, and we've lost that.
We've lost that sound, and that's what I think people like us, when you say old school or fucking whatever the fuck the people call it, that's what we're complaining about. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. The Iron Rapaport podcast is sponsored by the American Giant Clothing Company, AmericanGiant.com. Go on there. Sweatshirts, rough, well-made, comfortable, breathable, warm. In the winter, you need yourself a nice American Giant zip-up hoodie or a pullover hoodie. American Giant. Go to AmericanGiant.com. Check out the t-shirts, the sweatshirts, the sweatpants. American Giant. All right, G Moody, what else is going on over there in the Boogie Down Bronx? G Moody is going to be coming out to Los Angeles soon, and we'll be doing traveling podcasts. We'll be doing driving podcasts, and of course on December 18th is Raging Bull Day, and I cannot wait to do all Raging Bull, everything on December 18th, next week, Friday, December 18th, 2015. I'm giving the dates because I imagine in 60, 70 years when these podcasts are in the Smithsonian that they will need to be dated and archived correctly. So you know what I'm saying? So it's the 35th anniversary of my favorite film, Raging Bull, and we're planning on getting a lot of guests to talk about the movie. I got some surprises, and I'm looking forward to people doing it, and we're setting up a screening in Los Angeles of the film Raging Bull, and all that information will come out ASAP on Twitter, Instagram, and on the upcoming podcast before we get to All Raging Bull Day, a.k.a. There Will Be Blood Day. So what else you got for me, Moody?
I got two updates. First, I want to start with Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm are slated for another fight.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And I just heard Ronda Rousey say last week that her whole jaw and her whole teeth game is unstable, meaning her shit is loose.
Yeah, she broke her fucking mouth.
She said the doctor said it's going to take you at least 2 months to bite an apple.
Damn.
Right? So I'm thinking, damn, and you want to fight again and risk getting your jaw kicked with the heel of that woman's foot? Man, I would be retired. Fuck all that, man.
Yeah. Well,
Fuck all that.
She's supposed to be the greatest fighter of her generation and the next Mike Tyson, and now you got to put up or shut up because you were in a real fight, you lost. And hopefully she could come back strong. I know we've talked a lot of shit about Ronda Rousey. You actually said that you thought you could beat her up. What was it?
I said I could beat her ass drunk.
Right. But I'm a fan of hers, but I think all the hype and all the craziness made me just be like, enough is enough. So I was glad for UFC, MMA, female MMA in the women's division to see some competitiveness because, there's no fighter that fights in that way who has remained undefeated his entire career besides Ronda Rousey. She was, and John Jones, who damn near got his fucking head kicked off by that Gustav whatever is in dude. He's the only dude that's still undefeated that's considered greatest of all time. So now we got to see if she's really the greatest of all time. If she could come back and fight this chick Holly Holm, but Holly Holm's going to be confident. She's going to know she's going to be trying to do takedowns, and it's going to be tough to beat her. And that shadow of a doubt has been placed in anytime you lose. I imagine I've never boxed and or fought MMA, but I feel like once you lose, that shadow of a doubt is placed in your psyche. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, and then your jaw is loose. You going back in the ring, and that could happen again. That's in the back of your mind,
right?
Holly Holm is a gangster, man.
Holly Holm is a gangster. You heard it here. At the Iron Rapaport podcast, G Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, has said it towards the end of 2015. Holly Holm is a gangster. I think Holly Holm deserves to be Woman of the Year. You know that fucking Jenner was voted second in Woman of the Year by Time Magazine, which is now a rag magazine.
Yeah. Speaking of those Kardashians, Khloe, this past Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Get her.
Put up pie pictures, right, that she claimed that she made from scratch with her hand.
Right.
And the owner of an L.A. bakery said, that's a lying bitch. I made them.
I'm sorry. Did the owner actually say that's a lying bitch, or are you, because we do not fact check here at the I Am Rapaport podcast? Are you paraphrasing something?
Yes, you read between the lines.
Right.
This is what she said. That's a lying bitch. Now listen, Rap. This woman is a bad teammate, right? Why are you lying about making pies? If you can't make the pies, you can't make them. Your intention is to deceive your fans into thinking you're a wholesome woman. You can do things in the house. But we know you can't do shit.
We know
you're a bad teammate.
You're a bad fucking teammate. And it's false advertising.
Word.
And there's no I in fucking team. But there is an I in bitch. I didn't say I was calling about, just saying that was the first word that came to mind. You know what? I know you don't watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's an abomination. It's an abomination the way these people carry on. It is just terrible. And I swear, G Moody, when you come back to Los Angeles, we're going to try to put you in a position to bag up Kris Jenner and take her from that lame duck dude, get her up to the Bronx, get her up to Gun Hill Road. What's the diner you like to take your ladies to?
Royal Coach Diner.
Because I would love nothing. Can you imagine if first of all, do you know what it would do to the podcast? I mean, we're already a worldwide phenomenon. We'd break the internet if you were the guy giving it to Kris Jenner. You're her type. You're her type, G Monetti.
Yeah, I'm black. Any motherfucker, they get a motherfucker off Skid Row.
Oh, shit.
As long as he black.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a shit.
Yo, guess what?
What's up?
Rachel Dolezal.
Oh, fuck. She should have been the woman of the year.
Yeah. Naming her son Langston after Langston Hughes.
Did she have her son yet?
I don't think so. She's really black. She's like, she's like, I'm black than all y'all motherfuckers.
Right.
My son's name is Langston Hughes.
That's her fucking son's name?
That's what she's going to name him after. That's what they said. She's on some shit.
Yeah, well, why do you want your son to have that scrutiny on him? He's your son. Nobody's going to believe shit he says anyway.
What if he comes out and said, I'm white?
Yo, you never know. She's going to beat his ass if he says that he's white. Because I don't know who the father is, but I'm imagining she doesn't fuck with any white dudes. There's no way. That'd be bad for her street cred. All right, so G Monetti, this is going to be a real, an action-packed 110th episode. Shit, I don't know. What else you got, man? You got anything else for the people? Give me one more thing.
I got one more. I got one more thing.
All right.
You see my man RG3 on the sidelines. They ain't even dressing this motherfucker. They put him in.
Yo,
they put him in other uniforms and shit.
He's not even wearing Redskins gear anymore. They're like, yo, just wear whatever the fuck you want. They don't even want him associated with the team.
They took his access pass away. They took the white girl back. And Darius Snyder took everything back.
Yo, I feel bad for him. I don't know if they're doing this because he can't play in the NFL or they're doing it as trade bait and they're trying to keep him healthy or what. But I got to tell you, I feel bad for this guy, man. I honestly feel bad for RG3, man. I don't know what's going to happen or they just want to use him as a commodity during the offseason. But, like, they just railroaded the shit out of him. But he's still got those fucking braids. Yo, braids are not for everybody, RG3. And, like start a clean slate. Like, your braids don't look dope. Speaking of clean slate and braids, how does your head look, no Bruno, since you've been using your Icon razor, IKONRAZORS? How does your dome piece look?
Oh, man, I'm glad you brought that up. I want to shout them guys out. Yo, my head gleams in the New York sun.
And I hate shaving. Like, I hate shaving my face. And now I actually look forward to it since I've been using Icon razors. And you could get these razors. They got shaving cream. They got aftershave. They got all kinds of stuff. And also it's a great gift for the holidays. But Icon Razors, IKONRAZORS. Go to iconrazors.com and check out all the merchandise. I love that stuff.
Yes, indeed.
All right, G Moody, we're coming to the end here. This is an action-packed podcast I got here for the Across 110th Street edition. And, I'm looking forward to you coming out to L.A. The people are looking forward to you coming out to L.A. And, we're just going to continue to do the damn thing.
Word up.